What's up, big time gang? This Magnum is getting an upgrade. This was a blessed Magnum from NORY ORTIZ on a strap. You guys all know me, and I prefer bracelets. So with the coupon code FREEDOM50, I was able to obtain this bracelet for half off. So this is a Magnum bracelet, all gold. We're gonna swap this today. So if you're curious of doing this thing yourself, all you need to do is find a model number that matches the color tone or the tone of your watch, and purchase it from InvictaWatchbands.com and swap it out. So that's what we're doing today. So if you're interested, stay tuned. So I got this blue label out because my plan is I'm going to take the bolts off of it, put it on this one here to add some contrast, and put these gold bolts on the blue label. So we're going to start by removing the bolts on this one here. We'll swap those over, take those off, and then we'll actually take this strap off, because the strap and the bracelet are held in by spring pins as well as the bolts, so it's double. Okay, so as simple as this, removing that screw. I use my punch to push the bolt out enough so I can grab it. There you go, one bolt out. Now we'll do the other side. Now some of these you might need to use 2 screwdrivers to hold one side of the bolt while you're unscrewing the other one. This one was hand tightened, or not super tight, so I was able just to loosen it by holding it with my finger. So okay, that bolt's out on both sides. You see, now we have just holes with no bolts. So now I'm going to do the same here, because I really want to see what this is going to look like with the gold bolts on it. Now you want to be very careful not to scratch your watch while you're doing this. Okay. There we go. Blue's out. Let's put the gold in. I can already tell this is going to be a win. We've got the gold on the dial. Now the gold contrasting bolt will just make it pop. Now I just gently set it there, and then I lined it up, and then I screwed it in. So you don't want to cross thread. These bolts are so small, you don't want to cross thread them, so be gentle, take your time. Okay, one in. Oh, I gotta take that one out first. Let's move this one so I don't drop it. See, that kind of stuff right there, I could have scratched the crap out of my watch. Get a little too aggressive. There we go. So that definitely changed the look of the watch a little bit, add a little contrast. Let me know what you guys think in the comments, but I think that's a win. And that's just the beginning. We're gonna get way more detailed. So now we're gonna do the strap. We're gonna take this strap off now. Okay. If you're shopping for a watch, make sure to check out Georgia Mountain Watches. Link will be in the description. For the spring pins, you want a spring pin tool. See that little fork? Let me see. See that little fork at the end? That's what you want to use to push on the spring pin in here. You see those little rings there? You want to grab that and push it out, push it in towards the strap, and that will allow the pin to pop out. So we're going to do that now. There you go. There it is. One side of the strap off. Now we're going to do the same thing again. There we go. So now we're just a case. Now, I don't know whether this bracelet has the, nope, it sure doesn't. So it didn't come with the spring bars. It didn't come with anything, which is very disappointing. And they could have at least hooked it up with the bolts and the spring bars, but it didn't come with either. Luckily, I have all those parts. And I mean, honestly, you don't even need the spring bars because the bolts, you know, actually hold the watch to the bracelet, but that's the way they come factory. So I would suggest putting it back factory to factory specs just to make sure you don't have any issues later down the road, because you don't want to have your bracelet fall off on you while you're wearing your watch. That would not be good. Sorry about that. Okay, so the bracelet's now unwrapped. Now you always want the clasp lock to be on the 6 o'clock side. So that's the way this bracelet's gonna go on, is like that. So I'm gonna take the spring bars out of the strap here and put them in the bracelet. Now I don't know which hole is going to align, so we need to test that. That looks like that's going to work. So I got this one that has this little tip like a punch, and I'm going to push in the spring bar. So that was the wrong hole. So you see the spring bar and then you see the hole. So now I know. Learning experience. I've never done this before. So we're going to use a lower hole and try this again. And there we go, that side's on. Okay, so one side on. Now we're gonna flip her around. Do the other side. First of all, I need to remove the spring pin. Okay, now I know it goes in the lower hole. See, there's two holes here. It goes in this one here. And now, same process. Line the bracelet up. Let's open the clasp. Make this a little simpler for me to see and for you guys to see. Okay. So now we've got it lined up. I think we got it. There we go. I was starting to get a little impatient, but we got it. So now I want to put the blue bolts on it. Let me wipe this off. I got fingerprints all over it. So now we're going to put the blue bolts. What do you think? Blue bolts? I like it. Little contrast, make it a little custom, where nobody else has one exactly like mine, which I've always liked doing. Having a one-off piece always makes it cool, you know what I mean? So obviously this isn't like a major custom, it's just changing out the color of the bolts, but it adds a different look to it. So here we go, and now I've got to size it, but I'll do that off camera. You guys see me size a Magnum before. I think it looks great. From the strap to the bracelet. It makes this watch look like 10 times better. And it was already a beautiful watch to begin with. Drop a comment, let me know what you think. I'll be glad to help if you need any kind of you have any kind of questions or need any kind of recommendations or anything, hit me up. I'll be glad to help. Have a great day. God bless.